Bloody new technology. I got myself a new gimbal. Oh God, it takes so long to learn how to use the thing. But I hope you can come with me today, and I'm going to explore the beautiful floating market at Khla near Chachoengsao. Today I'm at the beautiful floating market of Khla. Khla is only a short drive from Chachoengsao, about half an hour. I'm going to go for a cruise up the river. It's bloody beautiful. There's a lot of people here. It's a weekend. Go for a cruise, have a check out of a local scenery. This is an excellent option if you're getting a bit bored and you're in Chachoengsao and you want to go and do something for a day and relax, get away from the hustle and bustle. The favourite activities on the market seem to be eating. There's quite a lot of food stalls. It seems to specialise in the local delicacies of the region, and there seems to be quite a lot. It's mostly Thai tourists that come here, but foreigners always get a good welcome. Waiting for the seats to fill up. Yeah, she's on the move now. Oh, we're going around the other way. Okay. Some cruisers go up the river that way, and some turn around and come down the river this way. That's where we've just left from. That's an island on that side. It's an artificial island. They did a channel between the big oxbow, made an island way back. I don't know when. Thank you.
สำหรับทางด้านซ้ายมือนะครับอันนี้คือศาลเจ้าพ่อหลักเมืองประจำอำเภอบางคล้านะครับเป็นสิ่งศักดิ์สิทธิ์ที่ชาวบางคล้าเคารพนับถือเป็นอย่างยิ่งนะครับ
So we're going for a cruise up the Bang Pakong River. It's a tidal river. It's about an hour from the coast, but it rises and falls with the coastal tides. We're going around an island which we're looking at across the river called Khla. And we go around and we're going to visit a temple. There's plenty of life jackets available. Most people tend not to wear them. There's a tour guide which gives a good commentary, but it's in Thai of course. And we're going to visit a temple on the way. That goes for about an hour roughly. It's a great day out. The cost varies depending on who you are and different times of the year. It is very, very reasonable.
สำหรับวัดด้านหน้านะครับคือวัดโพบางคล้านะครับวัดโพบางคล้าก็จะมีค้างคาวแม่ไก่อยู่เป็นจำนวนมากนะครับแต่สิ่งที่แปลกนะครับค้างคาวเหล่านี้จะไม่ออกไปเกาะต้นไม้ที่อยู่นอกวัดนะครับจะเก อแต่เฉพาะต้นไม้ที่อยู่ในวัดเท่านั้นนะครับให้นักท่องเที่ยวมองบนต้นไม้นะครับก็จะเห็นนะครับตัวดำๆหัวส้มๆนะครับค้างคาวแม่ไก่ซึ่งเป็นค้างคาวขนาดใหญ่ของประเทศไทยนะครับ
That's a restaurant there, very old school, a lot of very beautiful personal decorations. It's somebody is sharing their house. Very interesting. And coming up is Wat Po with the bats. You got the bats up in the trees. I think the Wats are doing okay, you know, during COVID times they just got into it. But that's all been built new since I've been here in the last year, 2 years. Genuine locks. Oh, here's a new one in progress. Bit of detail there. It hasn't been, what's the word, painted. Hasn't had the, hasn't been finished yet. But you can see they're building in absolute traditional old style. And they're building all the time, you know, they haven't gone into a recession. The temples, they seem to be doing okay. It's fantastically relaxing. Just cruising along the river with gentle music, the tour guide telling everybody what's going on, and having a cold drink of whatever you've brought or a bit of a feed. On the road to nowhere, on the river to nowhere. It just, how do you say in Thai? Sabai, sabai. Relax, relax. As you can see by some of the houses, there's quite a fair bit of money in the old families around this area. This river's tidal, it's up and down with the ocean, even though it would be about an hour away from the ocean by road. It's in the delta flat, so it just rises and falls in sync with the ocean. Here's some more traditional houses. Yeah, the old chugging of a diesel. Here's a little high-side photo opportunities. I put a video out about this one. I went down there for a cup of coffee a couple of times. It's mainly young people taking photographs of each other. All beautiful, all lovely. Sometimes as an older man I feel a bit out of place there, but that doesn't matter. Chinese temple beside it, doesn't seem to get much activity. Heading more out into the rural areas now. Leaving the town behind now, heading up the river. Now that area there was all jungle. That whole area was jungle. I used to come down and go fishing there, but they've cleaned it all up and they're putting up new concrete fences and things. It used to be a nice quiet with a big high jungle in there, and you can go down there and sit down, have a cold beer and just chuck a rod into the river. But the way the jungle grows here, if somebody does that, I think it'll grow back very quick. Well, it's more like that jungle, what I'm looking at now. Anyway, we're chugging up the river, just chugging along. I'm sitting in the back of a boat here, the bloke invited me up here. Getting passed by somebody, I think it's a private hire, you can, 200 bahts, $10, you can hire a personal boat like that. Which has got to be just fantastic value. We're just going to be cruising along like this for quite a while. Nice cool breeze in the back here, it's very nice. I got my bottle of water up there, I'll go and get that. It's bloody great, love it. Get out of the house and do something. This is better than watching YouTube and looking at Facebook.
ส่วนวัดด้านหน้านะครับที่มีองค์พระสีขาวนะครับอันนี้คือเพื่อเป็นสิริมงคลแก่ชีวิตวันนักท่องเที่ยวขึ้นจากเรือนะครับให้ระวังศีรษะด้วยนะครับเพราะเนื่องจากว่า
Interestingly, a little bit of country in Western Australia. That's strange. Well, I've got no footage of the Watt. It's a very old Watt. It's quite nice, but I know nothing about it, so I can't put any commentary. And I'll make another video about this Watt once I find out what its name is and a little bit more of the history. Last time I went for a walk over there and they yelled at me to come back because the dogs will get me. The dogs belonging to the monks are going to come and eat me, so I won't go over there this time. I'll go where everybody else goes. Oh, they're having something over there. There's people sitting down. I'll come over here for a walk. I hope the dogs don't get me this time. Interesting thing about Thailand, or a good thing about Thailand, there's a lot of musicians everywhere. Someone's having a bit of a play over here, practicing. Some people sitting down. I don't know whether it's a funeral. Dressing in white, black, probably is a funeral. I probably shouldn't go there. I'll stay away from there. Some things are culturally, you make mistakes. Although, not as bad as I made a mistake once. I said barbecue, I was going to say barbecue. I was at a temple up at Chiang Mai, and a lady attached herself to us and was showing us around. And she came over and I thought, oh, having a barbecue or something. You had a tray about 4 foot square with a few smouldering sticks in it. And I thought, oh, there's something going on here. What's this? I had to wander over and I found out it was actually a cremation in progress. I thought, oh my God, I don't want to be here. But the people on it didn't get upset, and it was a young good lady, a young girl, 20-something, got killed on a scooter. And they explained to me that in Buddhism it's not a bad thing because of reincarnation and rebirth and stuff like that. But at the same time they're telling me that I noticed the parents and loved ones were in tears. So grief is grief. This is the big hall. This is always mostly shut. This is a small part of the Wat where the tourists come and get blessed by the monk. There's a monk inside there giving people blessings. You can see by the shoes how many people are inside. We won't film in there today. I'll get back on the cruise. Well, that's much better than country and western. Well, here we are back on the boat, cruising up the river once again. That is Khla. This one is the channel that makes that an island, and you'll see along the edge of it there's a lot of concrete reinforcement and stuff in the old days. A little bit over here they put in, yeah, concrete stuff to hold the landfill back. Some work has been done in the past to make a channel to connect the two parts of the river to form an island on the right. So we are going around the island. I love it. I love the tropicalness. It's warm now. It's got warm today. It was cool earlier. But just the coconut trees and the vegetation, the warmth. Being an Aussie bloke, I really enjoy the fact that there's no flies over here. Australia's a lovely place, but my God, there's a lot of flies. If you look at the real films of Australia, you'll still see people wearing nets over their heads just to keep the flies out of their mouth and out of their nose and crawling all over their face. Australia's hot and you sweat and the flies come from a sweat, is what I've been told. Seems to be true. And if you're an Aussie, you'll know there's nothing worse than swallowing a fly. Swallowing it up into your lungs and then coughing your guts out trying to get it out, or up in your nostril somewhere and it hasn't come out and it's up there crawling around. It's not a good feeling. Hate flies. Hate them. Anyway, that's a long way away. I think it's about 7,000 kilometres away, Australia, from here. Cruising along the river. Bum, 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 bum. I've got no idea. I've had a good day. This is a lot better than sitting in the house watching YouTube, looking at Facebook. I've got a bit of a problem. I'm isolated up here in the country. I don't have a lot of Western men to talk to. It's a little bit awkward sometimes. And if I lived out of Pattaya or Patong, I'd be at the pub every day just to talk to people, just interaction with other people from your own culture. They're working away on this one. It's a new what? Building a whole new bloody what? Well, there may have been something there before, but I believe those smaller boats have dropped off passengers. There's a few tourists walking along up here. And you can't get to this place, you cannot get to this what from there's no roads to it is what I'm saying, it's on an island. Oh, look at it, eh? Boats, buildings on boats, walls made of mirrors. As I say, in Thailand there's no slowing down for cowboy when it comes to building watts. Down where there's more Muslim people, I would say, down like Phuket, heading towards Malaysia, there's a lot of mosques getting built, but you very seldom see churches getting built. And me with a Christian heritage, I find that strange. All the churches in my country in Australia, all the small country churches that everybody built in the old days, are all being sold off by the church. Sold off as holiday houses, sold off in the towns, they're being sold off as pizza shops, bars of all things, which just seems wrong, you know. Bars to serve alcohol and young people go and get smashed out of their brains in the old local church. Just seems wrong, but anyway, that's the world, it's all changing. This is good, tide's coming up. One day I might buy a little boat and play around the river here. You never see any sailing boats, they're all petrol engine, even the old traditional ones. You never see sails. I don't know what that's about. But there's lots of these little wooden boats like that one over there. This dude up here, he's fishing for prawns, gungs. They got the big long river prawns here. Cruising up the river. Everybody here is enjoying themselves. Yeah, I think the Thai word sabai sum it up pretty well. Just cruising along, taking it easy, not doing too much. There's a dude fishing, catching the big prawns, huge big prawns in the river here. They catch them with a hook, believe it or not, a little fishing rod with a hook on it. It's something new I had to learn. There's another bloke fishing for prawns. Yeah, mums and dads and families having a day out, the same as it would be anywhere else in the world. That monument is to Tuscan the Great. He was very, very monumental in fighting to gain Thai land back from the Burmese back in the Eritrea days. He had a great battle here at Bangkar which goes down in history. And that monument is in recognition of freeing Thailand from the Burmese back in the Eritrea period. If I'm wrong, let me know. Well, here we are back at the floating market in Khla. I've had a fantastic day. Absolutely great. That floating market is actually a lot bigger than what it looks when you're walking through it. There's quite a lot of barges there. They don't actually have the little wooden boats like they sell things in Bangkok. It's all up on the barge so you can walk along. But it certainly is a lot to do. It certainly is a lot to do. A fantastic day, well spent. This is just part one of 5 things to do in Chachoengsao. 5 things to do in Chachoengsao. So stay tuned. Well, the next one we'll be putting out will be the big Ganesh, an Indian god, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, well that's about it folks. We're back at the floating market in Khla. So if you're in Chachoengsao, come and check out Khla. It's a very, very nice, rural, easy-going place with a lot to do. This was only one thing to do, one of 5 things to do, and there's a lot more than 5 things to do. Khla, come and check it out, fellas. That's it, folks. Back to the floating market. Oh, it's fantastic. A little cruise up the river. Haven't got a steady cam on, you can tell by me wobbling around. Yeah, I've learned how to use the steady cam a little bit. I didn't mind that. That was alright. Okay, going to get a cup of coffee and find somewhere to that's got a toilet. There's my little bike, still here. Just got to decide which coffee shop to go to. Maybe I'll just go home, folks. Have a bite to eat and sitting under the air conditioner, feeling that I've got a bit done today. See you guys. See you all the mates back in Aussie. Cheers.